Okay, what's new? Got a lot of news, and good news. Might start off sounding like bad news, but it's not. Update on the gathering in Tallahena. Thankfully, I haven't sold a single ticket, and that is good news, because I don't have to refund it. We're not charging. It's going to be a free event, and you can make a donation if you like. But otherwise it's going to be free. I've already covered everything anyway, and being as I haven't sold any tickets, we're just opening the doors. Therefore, it will be first come, first serve. If you want a seat, and we're going to have to limit it at 200, but we're going to even invite the locals that show up. So, first come, first serve. Get there early to get your seat. It will be a minimum of a 4-hour event. Again, I'm trying to secure more time. I'll know more about that Monday. So, good news. Someone decided to help and made a donation that helped me out, because I forked out everything. I've already got everything but the food that I'll prepare myself the day before the event, that morning and the night before. Right after the eclipse, I will start cooking, and I'm going to do it all myself. I haven't decided on the menu yet, but it is just going to be light snacks, maybe some fruit kebabs, some finger sandwiches. But if we had sold tickets, I would have gone big on the food, but just snacks, refreshments, something to drink, some coffee, some tea, some waters, things like that, and try to accommodate as many people as possible. So good news, and thank you to the person who made the donation on my last video, because that is definitely going to cover the cost of this event. So everybody can thank you. I would say personally, but I'm going to let your blessing come from above and not name you. That's when you really reap the benefits. And I'd like to say that works both ways. When you let things go and you give it to God, karma takes over. And vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So you don't reap vengeance on those who have wronged you. You hand it over, and then they are subject to karma. We either pay here or we pay later. But apparently in this life, there's no such thing as a free ride. So one way or the other, that's why I'm always telling you, commit those random acts of kindness. It is literally, you are paying yourself forward. And it's just the best way to go. Have an attitude of gratitude. Forgive everybody. Move on. And just let you worrying or angry or bitter or resentful, that doesn't hurt anybody but you. It doesn't affect the other person at all. As a matter of fact, it probably empowers them, because they know they got under your skin. So, just let go. And be that kind person. Commit that random act of kindness. Be that forgiving person. Forgive and you'll be forgiving. Because we are judged by what measure we judge others. Now, updates on a lot of things, really. Kelly finally got the flea situation under control. Oh my God, I couldn't be more thankful. It's over. It's done. And no more fleas. And she's happy. I'm happy. It's a much better world. It's a much better world around here. Update 3. Signs and Wonder podcast. After this video, I'm going to upload the first Signs and Wonder podcast here on YouTube for free. it's an introduction video. And you're going to get to introduce Ali Bobby to you. You already know me. And we're going to introduce one of our guests that will be at the event, Miss Margie. And y'all are going to get to meet her. So, after I process and upload this one, there'll be a back-to-back upload today. And you're going to get the first one for free just to introduce everybody, who we are, what we're doing, and what all this is about. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video. I'm not going to get all into it. It's just news and updates. Now, one other video coming up. I've been inspired. Crazy crap happens to me when I sleep. And my brain just goes off in its own direction. And I wake up with all this stuff in my head. And I have been inspired, let's just call it that, to create a birth chart for this eclipse. And I might do one for all 3 of the eclipses. I'm going to take a look at them and see what all is in them. But I have been inspired, for lack of a better word, almost compelled to make a birth chart for this eclipse. And I really understand why I'm compelled to do it. Because I'll be able to see things that I'm just not seeing. When I do a chart, I really connect to those stars, those constellations, those images, those planets, those energies. And they literally start talking to me. And they'll tell me what they feel like in this house. And if they're retrograde, what they feel like. And it just projects itself. You don't have to assume it's actually there. So yeah, we're going to do a birth chart on this eclipse and see what that looks like. And as far as I'm concerned, this eclipse is not just for America. This is for the whole world. It seems everybody's in a bit of a frenzy over it. There's a lot going on here in Oklahoma. Some of the towns are having really big events, especially those that are close to border, on the borderline, to where people are coming over from other states. They're literally calling out the National Guard here in some places. The military's going to be on the street, which is crazy. I'm not sure that's going to go down where we're at. We're a little bit more inland, where we're going to be located. I would say we're about middle of the eclipse path. But there is so much going on with it, so much embedded to it, so much. I can tell you a lot about what I feel about it, what's going on around us about it, what other people have to say about it, how people are reacting to it. But I think if we want to get the heavenly truth of what this is really all about, then we need to look at it as if we're looking at a birth chart. Because it is a new moon. A solar eclipse is a new moon. And that's a new beginning. So, we're going to go from there. And I'm just going to do this here on YouTube because I won't have time to include a huge birth chart in my presentation in Tallahena. I might discuss it for a second, but these things get detailed, and so that video will be coming up in a few days. I actually have to work the next few days, and I've got Monday blocked out for next week because I have to go to Tallahena to finish covering all the logistics. I have to tie up all the loose ends. We have our solar glasses all showed up in the mail, so all of that's done. The venue's covered, all of that's done. And I hope a lot of you show up. It's going to be, as they say, a once-in-a-lifetime event. And I already know that those of you who are meant to be there will be there. So I'm not concerned about that. I know that I'm supposed to be there. And the rest of it, I just am going to leave it up to who's really in charge of what's going on around here. We can choose to rule our lives ourselves. We can choose to follow a dark path and be influenced by dark energies, or we can, almost like Forrest Gump, just lollygag through life, following our destiny, our charts, and just accept what life is giving us and make the very best of it. You do with what you have. And when you're faithful in the small things, you'll receive more. So that's just the way we're going to go with this. And whatever happens, happens. And I have just one underlying theme to it all. It's no fear. Just stay out of the lower chakras. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not good for those around you. It's a lower vibrational negative energy. And I'm telling you, and I've been telling you, a lot of people are seeing a lot of things and they're having dreams and visions and all of this. And the real stuff ain't here yet, but it's coming. There's events that must take place that is going to change everything. And to me, I see what it would be called a Pentecost event, where everybody's third eye is going to open, and some will awaken to everlasting life, and some to shame and condemnation. But I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. That's coming. And it's going to be post-eclipse. If the signs of Jonah are correct, we'll have 40 days to either repent or judgment comes down, if that's what's being led to us. But we'll get more information on that when I do the birth chart, because it will tell us what's really going on here. All right, people, get ready. We're going to have our introduction video coming up next. So I've tried to keep it at an hour. Each of the podcasts we're going to do is going to be kept to an hour. And, of course, all of that, I'm still working out logistics with Patreon. I hate fighting with them. This is my third go-round with them. And they're just, I don't know. I'm not happy at this point. But this one here, it's an introduction video anyway. It would have been free on Patreon anyway, and it will be next week as well. But I'm posting it here because you people are the ones that will be coming over there. So it'll give you a better idea of what we're doing. And of course, it's just a fundraiser so we can produce our learning tool for everybody, for children and everybody, to really learn what these symbols are, what they mean, how to recognize them in different situations. All right, people, I love you bunches. Commit those random acts of kindness. You're paying it forward to yourself, because an act of kindness is an act of love. And especially when it's done randomly, and we are told to love one another. That's all he asked us to do. He said, when you've done it to the least of these, you've done it unto me. So that's our benefit, is we're literally paying it forward to ourselves, because love covereth a multitude of sins, and Lord knows we all have them. I can't think, there's not a single commandment I have not broken. So I understand sin, but I also understand love. And I think to truly know one, you must truly know the other. All right, people. If these videos have helped you, won't you please help me keep them coming to you? And consider making a donation to this channel.